joined once again with Chris Carl, who is the CEO of DigiCrypts Blockchain Solutions, who joins us once again. Chris, how are things?
Doing very well. Nice to be back.
I'm sure they are. Big announcement already made earlier this week, so let's get right into it. You announced earlier this week a big announcement, signed a letter of intent to acquire the rights to Barbitron Funds, SPCs. So talk to me all about this, the significance of all this, and what's going to get investors excited about this whole letter of intent.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it probably won't stay as a letter of intent for very long. We do expect to close the final deal by the end of April, which is the next 10 days. This has been something, as we said in our press release, been working at for quite some time. It's a natural extension to CryptoDivine. And the beauty, as we also said, is we don't see it as cannibalizing CryptoDivine at all. There's a segment of the market that loves to trade their own stocks, trade their own currency, cryptocurrencies. That's what CryptoDivine is for. And there's a segment of the market that also wants to have exposure to cryptocurrencies, but doesn't want to be involved in trading them, but really does like the idea of what we're doing with CryptoDivine. And that's the purpose for introducing the fund. And interestingly, I think the fund, in terms of total scale, total dollars under management, can become massive compared to CryptoDivine, but they will always be treated unequal. The signals come out from our computer, from our artificial intelligence, and everybody gets their signals at exactly the same time. So there's no benefit one way or the other from that perspective. But the fund is aimed at institutions, family offices, very, very high net worth individuals who want to have some exposure in a portfolio. It could be 1%, but it could be 1% of $1 billion portfolio. It's a big number. And where they can have some confidence that not only are they getting the exposure to cryptocurrencies, but it's being actively managed and they're capturing most of that volatility, which is what CryptoDivine is all about. So we're very excited about it. The Cayman is a perfect place to domicile that. It's a very, very well-respected sort of region around the world. Virtually everyone can be confident when they invest there. The rules are basically under UK and Commonwealth law, and they're very robust. And so we're feeling really good about it. We think we are going to be introducing a great product to the marketplace.
It's exciting. Let's talk about the revenue model. When I look at this, DigiMax seeks to generate revenue in the fund by deploying the standard 2 and 20 model. So 2% annual fee for asset management and 20% fee on the profits that the fund generates, plus another fee layer of over 100% annualized returns, which is great. Given that over 90% of investors have no access to crypto, how much capital do you think you can attract from family offices and institutional investors that are underexposed to the space?
Well, that's a very open-ended question. I mean, internally, we have a very lofty idea of how far we can get. I think you and I talked about this several months ago, and somebody brought it to me. But if you look at, you pick a number, 500,000, 500 million, or a billion people with investment accounts. Look at all the money that's sort of managed institutionally, which could be measured probably in the $1 trillion. If we get a small speck of that, we could still be into the hundreds of millions of dollars under management.
Wow.
We do think we have a unique offering. There are other crypto funds going that are a little bit ahead of us. There's one particular crypto fund that just went over $1 billion under management. We think that in time that we can be competitive to that and frankly offer a really, really good opportunity. Back to the rates and that we'll be charging. 2 and 20 is pretty standard for something that's high volatility like this. But we've actually had some of our investors who have been playing with CryptoDivine just since it was launched in February 24th, who've indicated to us that they've had returns on an annualized basis that are well in excess of 100%.
It's incredible.
We've been dealing with this ourselves a little bit, a little bit weaker the last couple of weeks. I know that, but should we be able to generate that kind of return and with some of the things we're bringing on that we'll talk about, I think that's a very real possibility. I mean, if I'm an investor in that thing and I put over 100,000 and I've got to pay 30% for over 100% rate of return, I think I'll be happy if I'm paying 30%. And that's just for the amount that would be over. So it's not like it's a punitive fee.
Well, when I look at this from a retail investor standpoint, once this fund is set up, CryptoDivine signals to generate trades. So this now provides an opportunity where retail investors will have the same access and timing as a professionally managed fund. So this is big. So can you explain the significance of it all?
It's great information. We've been over this about how it is artificial intelligence. It's machine learning. We're relying on these machines to continue to learn, and clearly they need to catch up a little bit and do some more homework than what they've been doing lately. But absolutely, the signals come in as the same. We will have portfolio manager registered in Cayman Islands to do that. And like any individual, you want to use these signals as your guide, as our portfolio manager will. You can apply your own other information sources and apply those and make your decisions as you go. And some of the investors that I've alluded to, they've also said to us that, listen, we really base our trading on what your signals are telling us, but we don't always trade exactly when these signals are indicated. It's the time, sometimes before, sometimes it's after, but we rely on them as a key information source. That's what our portfolio manager will do. And that's what we, respect that most individuals should do. The one extra piece is we will be developing additional, really insightful trading tools as part of our fund. And we do intend to share as much of that as we can back into our subscriber base as we get going as well.
Do you anticipate a strong surge of subscriptions to the app based off of this?
No, because I'm not a believer in massive surges really in anything. I'm a believer in evolution, not revolution. I think that we're doing the right things. Nothing in life goes in an absolute straight line, but we're continuing to get more and more subscribers on the CryptoDivine every week and every month. And I think that we will probably ramp up, a little bit slowly when we first get started with the fund. We demonstrate a quarter or two of good returns, and then I think we could probably go very, very rapidly.
Yeah.
We will be, and I don't think it really is saying anything outside of expectations or what's been reported already. We will be partnering with various other groups who are involved in institutional investing, who will help draw, investors into our fund, or who want to maybe participate themselves. So that universe will get going once we're registered as well.
Good to know. The fund itself will be set up as a long-short fund, meaning that the fund managers can profit from both rises and falls in crypto space. Saying that, what kind of potential interest will this generate?
Well, one hopes it's a lot. Like I said, I think that the fact that we're proving ourselves out there in the marketplace, that it is AI driven, that it is everything about this fund is going to be, blue chip in terms of all the back office players that are involved, legal counsel, just everybody. I think it will attract really good institutional interest. That's what it takes to attract institutional interest. The fact that it's actively managed and not passive is another thing. And it's hard, as we're seeing. And cryptos have been falling. Will they continue? I'm not sure. But it's hard to make money long-term by just simply buy and hold in crypto. You need to be actively managing it. And if you are, the opportunity for returns are huge.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be what attracts our investors.
Much of the time, it appears that, your stock performance is hyper correlated to the performance of other small cap crypto stocks, when really it's the volatility that drives the app engagement up or down. And I can't say that enough to investors and my viewers. It's all about volatility, Chris. It's the backbone. So help, I guess, investors understand why the value of crypto really has nothing to do with regards to the overall worth of your app.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and okay, let me try that. And I'll start with mining companies, which have done really, really well, and hats off to them. It's not easy to make a good company in crypto mining. The work is way, way more than anyone even understands. We did a little bit of it when we first formed ourselves a few years ago. But very much those companies are going to highly correlate with the price of crypto, because they're going to make more money when crypto prices are high, and they're going to make less money when crypto prices are low. So you would expect that if you're going to invest in a company that just does crypto mining, you're really, essentially you're buying, a nominee for the price of crypto. All right. And it may be leveraged in the way that it goes up faster than crypto and it goes down faster than crypto on a percentage basis as well. The way we are different is we're earning our revenues by helping other companies and other people trade in crypto on the CryptoDivine app. Of course, we've still got PPI. We've got a couple other things coming that have nothing to do with crypto. But even just within CryptoDivine, we're helping people make money on the way up and on the way down. And so really the value of our company and the revenues that we're going to earn has nothing to do with the price of crypto.
Right.
It has everything to do with the fact that, if we can be successful in helping our subscribers make money, and eventually our investors in this fund, we're gonna make that money whether crypto is on the way up or on the way down. That's why they're getting involved with us. So we really shouldn't be trading, and I think it will just take time. And people need to understand us better. We need to get a couple of quarters of reporting, under our belt, and I think that people will understand that we do not correlate with the price of crypto.
Let's talk about the trading signals. And now that you're starting your own investment fund, how does this speak to the confidence of CryptoDivine's trading signal now that, like I said, you're starting your own investment fund?
Well, on the one hand, you got to take a little bit longer view. It's hard to take a long view of something that was only introduced to the market on the 24th of February. We've been following it and tracking it since January 1, 2020. Mm-hmm. So internally, we've had a much longer view of it than the market has. As I also mentioned, we've got investors who even since February 24th have achieved rates of return in excess of 100% on an annualized basis. And actually in one case that we were shared, 100% on just a nominal basis, but they were doing some of their own trading and making their own trades in addition to what the signals were showing.
Those are big numbers. That's huge.
Well, they are, but there is money to be made in this if you stay active on it. Lately, our signals have been a little weaker. There's been some volatility on the downward side that, our signals have been a little bit late in picking up, meaning late in getting people out.
So how do you improve off of that?
Well, there's a lot of things going on that. We've been making no secret of the fact that we're bringing out a whole new sort of version of this thing in hopefully around mid-May, or before the end of May, when we anticipate our pricing to change. It's going to be a very different animal than what you see today, both in terms of its look, its functionality, and frankly, the amount of AI that's involved in feeding these signals. Everything has to be, go through quality assurance. We have a whole team. So we're working with those tools right now. We're not trading on them. We're not making them available to anybody. But I would say that the signals that we're going to be bringing out in this next version are massively better, seem to be stronger in anticipating both timing of changes as well as the magnitude of changes, something we're not offering right now. So there's going to be a lot more depth to the offer that we have come mid-May. Right now, overall, we're still happy with our signals. This past few days has been a little weak, we know, but overall, I think it's the right thing. And it's better to have this at your side than nothing at your side. Yeah. And by mid-May, I think what we're going to have is going to be even better.
Well, have you had a chance to see some of the social media forums like Twitter, Reddit? The feedback has been unbelievable with your overall business model. Is there anything you want to say to those investors? Because you got a lot of support and interest going on right now.
Well, that's good. I make it a sort of a policy not to follow those myself. I do hear the odd thing from people. And frankly, I don't even know my stock price half the time during the day because I'm busy, and as is the rest of our team, building a company of real value and of staying power and of long-term value. I respect that people have different time horizons, and that we've been a volatile stock and people want to trade us. But at the same time, you've got to respect that our purpose in life is to build value over time,
right?
And frankly, significant value. I mean, we want to double the value of our company on an annual basis right now, and that's what we're working toward doing. But you can't necessarily always do that week to week. But the announcement we just put out, hopefully, is a demonstration that there's a lot going on. We put out an announcement on the 5th of April saying that there are, other sort of partnerships and acquisitions to be made over this next quarter. I would highlight that those words were plural. We've made one so far that we've announced.
Interesting.
We have other things going on that I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to consummate this quarter that are going to be tremendously value added to the company, just like this fund is going to be. And if you are patient enough to allow these things to kind of A, get exposed, and then B, mature, there's going to be a great company here. But day to day, we're going to be volatile. I've said that for a long time.
Well, you acquire your own fund. You don't dilute the stock at all. You now have basically an opportunity for retail investors to have same access and timing as a professionally run managed fund. So big opportunities. And as you just said, this is one announcement. There could be more. So should be exciting times to say the least as spring starts to unfold for the company. I know you're busy. Appreciate you sitting down and connecting with us. Let's keep in touch.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.